All right, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to another edition of Podcast or Comedy. I am Joe King, along with,
I'm Paul Stapfer. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
and we have got a fantastic show for you today. We've got a fantastic guest, Bianca Zuber.
She'll be with us a little later.
You bet. Making huge waves in the comedy world. Right now, though, before we get started, as always, it is time for Hot Takes. Now, I'd expect there'd be some graphics there and everything else.
I'm pretty sure there is.
But we're getting there, folks. We're getting there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is.
There is. If not, imagine like fire coming out of my hands.
It says hot and it says takes.
There we go. All right.
So what's your first hot take?
So, I'm first up for hot takes. Well, the Canadian Prime Minister, the new Prime Minister, is meeting with Donald Trump today.
Yeah, I already saw some footage of that.
Yeah, it's.
I thought you took one of my takes.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Well, if you got a take on it, go right ahead. You take
I
that from me.
mean, I appreciate the fact that there was a whole never say never comment from Trump regarding the purchasing, acquisition, annexing, whatever you want to call it, of Canada. And the last words that Orange said was, "Oh, never say never." And then, of course, the whole press junket all just like, and Carney was just like, never, 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 never.
But where did he even get it in his head that Canada's for sale? If it's not for sale, you can't buy it.
Well,
you know,
it's land. It's everything's for sale. Everything's got a price.
That's
like $1 Million Man, sort of.
Yeah, it is the $1 Million Man. Trump's gonna make his own belt, right? He's gonna come out there with what's his name? JD. JD can be Virgil.
Sure.
And eventually fight back against the $1 Million Man, Donald Trump.
So I mean, at least Carney, take what you will, whatever side of the fence you're on. Well, okay, and here's the hot take. It seems like that Canada is not for sale, but Alberta might be.
I mean, Seoul certainly is.
Like that. Don't count out Alberta in that negotiation.
The problem is there's already a Texas in the U.S. Do they need another one?
Double up.
Because let's face it, we're the Texas of Canada.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah. So that was roundabout hot take.
Right. Other than that, what else has happened in the news?
Well, to keep it on the orange guy, he also, and this is a little bit of palpable story. He posted a picture of himself on his Truth, whatever, Trump Social or whatever it's called, of him AI generated as the Pope.
Did he really do that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Pope Trump?
Oh, yeah. Sitting there wearing the big funny hat. And he posted it himself, whether he had it made for him or he was just like, him and Elon were having a laugh.
First of all, this guy should not have access to his own social media, right? Like, giving Trump social media, that's just insane.
That's giving a child a handgun.
Grab her by the pussy.com,
Yeah,
He has a tendency to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's handing a child a handgun or a hand grenade and saying, like, don't pull the pin.
Just don't. If anything, all I will say is to all the young children of America, this definitely proves the old adage, yes, anyone can become president.
That's true.
So dream big. Pope Trump. I'd like to say that
he'd have to change his name.
He'd have to change a lot of things.
Yeah.
a lot more than just his name, I'm afraid.
Well, I figure if he was, how they pick names of former saints and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I was figuring if he was to go for papacy, it would either be innocent or pious. Innocence or pious.
Okay.
I just figured that like that sort of ego would want to blanket, you know.
Right. I would pick Lucifer.
Oh yeah, but he was
Um,
insane.
Yeah, I don't even know how to respond to that, to Trump dressing up as the Pope.
Well, he didn't even do it. AI did it for him. That's our savior.
You know what? If I went to AI and I went generate me an image of me in blackface, it's gonna be just as offensive and stupid as if I painted my own freaking face. So you can't say, oh, it's okay because it's AI. He didn't actually dress up like the Pope. No, it's just as bad. You know?
I know it's
He just
believe.
virtually dressed up as the Pope.
Yes.
Pope. That'd be like getting a Barbie doll with a Pope outfit. You know,
Well, Barbies can become popes.
Pope Ken.
Oh.
It could be the Vatican.
Anyone can grow up to be president, and Barbie can be anything she wants to be.
She can be. Even a successful movie franchise.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't that bad. I didn't mind it. It was fun.
I didn't watch it.
I watched it. It was fun.
I didn't know. I didn't see it. It was. I think it was the pink.
A lot of pink. Yeah.
A lot of pink.
A lot of pink. I just kept thinking Bret Hart through the whole thing, and that got me through it. You know, that made pink cool for it too.
Fair enough. Touche. Yeah, that's all I got really for the hot takes this week.
I don't have much because really it was fairly uneventful compared to other weeks. I mean, Snow White. I know I talk about Snow White a lot.
You love it.
I just like talking about
I know
it.
you love yourself some Snow White.
It's now officially removed.
Oh, it'll be on Disney Plus by the end of the week.
I heard a rumor they're not even wanting to put it on Disney Plus, that they just want to shelve this movie and hide it away.
Like it never existed.
Like it never existed.
Like Batgirl.
And I mean, and I'm not for that. Like, yeah, put it on Disney Plus. You know,
sure they will.
They'd be foolish not to.
Yeah.
Get what you can out of it. You know.
Well, I like this is where the whole thing of it makes no sense when it comes to the streaming. Are they counting on subscribers at this point to just keep, to watch the things that are just getting released after like theatrical or whatever, you know what I mean? Like this, it's like the Star Wars thing. That the Revenge of the Sith or whatever was just released, made $25 million on its 20th anniversary release. It's a movie you can watch on Disney Plus for free in 4K.
Yeah, you can.
But it's still making a whole bunch of money.
Well, here's the thing about that though. This is where I will defend that. It's the movie theater experience.
Granted, I understand.
And movies have come. Which one is it? Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
Which was 2004. So movies.
5. Yeah, it was a 20th anniversary.
Yeah, it's movies have come a long way since then.
Sure.
So now they probably made it 3D, things like that. So you can defend that. It's sort of like when George Lucas re-released the original trilogy in the 90s with new special effects.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's a new generation and it's on the big screen experience. It's the whole thing. I get that. But the difference is with the streaming that is saturated with content that they're dumping big money into.
It's an inherent
for the return of the subscriptions.
It's an inherent problem with Disney Plus in itself. And the problem with Disney Plus is you get about 2 or 3 new shows a month.
Right.
Everything else, it's the same freaking library.
I know.
It's just like I just want to own the Disney library.
I get
and I just want to virtually have it. I don't want to have DVDs sitting in my shelf.
I get what you're saying.
Because it's always the same stuff.
Yes.
And then they have 3, maybe 4 projects that come along throughout the month, like something you're excited about. Like
when they're releasing
X-Men 97,
they're releasing 100 products a year. Right.
There's
maybe like 4% that are.
Yeah, well, that number has greatly gone down. Like, the only new Star Wars project this entire year is Andor Season 2.
Right.
That's the only new Star Wars project now since Skeleton Crew ended.
They don't need 7 a year though. That's the thing.
No, but that's what they're relying on. They got nothing else.
Right.
They got nothing else except an existing library that doesn't change. And you know, if you do a 1 month trial, do the 1 month free trial of Disney Plus, in that month you can easily watch everything you wanted to watch off of it again. And then what uses are in paying for it?
That's true.
You know,
I get what you're saying, but you know, people, I still pay for it.
that's my frustration with it. I no longer have it.
Oh, that's
and I had it for a long time. It wasn't my choice. It's just, you know, it costs money, and I'm doing this podcast, and sometimes I need groceries and things like that that take precedent and go to the food bank. Anyway,
Disney Plus isn't providing.
Disney Plus is not paying my rent. It is not providing me with groceries.
Nice. Well, should we introduce our guest?
Yes, I think we should.
Let's do it.
Are you ready? Everybody, we want to welcome our special guest today. She is making huge waves in the comedy industry. Very talented, very gifted, up and coming comic. Who I'm a huge supporter of, and I think soon you guys will be too. So let's get to know Bianca Zuber, everybody. Bianca, say hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Bianca.
Yes, so welcome.
There's a bit of a delay here.
Is there a delay on your end?
No, no.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I myself after I do something.
Right. Well, that's why you kind of want to stop looking at the monitors,
Okay.
and just, I guess, focus on just letting it flow. Like, pretend it's a natural conversation.
Okay. I can do that.
You can see how stringent we are about our professionalism here.
Hmm.
I believe errors are funny, and they make it
Oh, that's right.
human.
Absolutely.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast. And
Thank you for having me.
we're happy to have you. So first off, Bianca is coming in basically through Video Ninja. So why don't you let everybody know where you are right now?
I am currently in a basement suite in Red Deer, Alberta. Yeah, that's where I am.
Now, for
Nothing special, but
those of you who don't know, Red Deer is pretty much the exact halfway point in Alberta between Calgary and Edmonton, the two major cities. So you could say Red Deer is the best of both cities, but that wouldn't be true.
No.
It's the exact opposite. How do you like living in Red Deer? How's the comedy scene there? Let's get into Red Deer.
the comedy scene is thin. There's an open mic on Monday, so I've been going to that. Try to go every Monday. There's a core group of us. There's like 6 of us that around there that go, so that's been good to get that support. But it's kind of nice being in Red Deer because you can kind of go to Edmonton or Calgary. You can pick and
Right.
choose if I want to go different routes to do comedy. But the Red Deer scene is still, we're trying to grow it right now.
And you've had some chances actually to work with some pretty decent comics, some good names, right?
Yeah, I got to open up for Brent Butt. That was honestly the most unreal thing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. It was my first like theater show, 700 people, 6 months into doing comedy. Then in 15 minutes, it was just wild. I still don't know how I did it.
Awesome. Good for you.
I think I black out every time I'm on stage, but that one I really don't remember being up there.
Oh, really?
And then last October, we had like Red Deer Oktoberfest, and I got to work with Jeremy Hotz, who's a really interesting dude.
Another huge name in Canadian
Like
comedy.
Kenny and Spenny? Who's
This guy?
Jeremy, you know him if you've seen a picture of him. He's we'll put him in the comments below. A link to VideoTube. What am I turning into my grandpa? Hey, you watch it on the VideoTube? Yeah, he's Jeremy Hotz is a very prolific Canadian comic. Very well known. I bet if you see a picture of him, you'll know who he is. He kind of does this a lot. He has a really
Oh, yes, yeah, okay. Yes.
Incredibly funny.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay.
A true legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing but respect to that man.
Wow, cool.
Yeah,
That's
those are my two bigger shows. That was like, yeah, I still gloat about those. Those are still, they're still raw in my memory.
and how did you get started in this? Like, what was it that that inspired you? Like, I know how you came up, but they don't. So
Yeah. Actually, I had another comedian ask me this, and I told him, and he said to me, "Don't ever tell anyone that." So I'm gonna, I want to tell him what I told you guys, like, or what I told him was, I always thought about doing comedy when I was in high school and stuff, but I was super like introvert, not really ever gonna think I was gonna do it. And then I ended up doing a speech at my brother's wedding, is where this all kind of started, and it was so stupid. And it went really well, and I had everyone come after the wedding to me. Like literally everyone in the wedding was like, "You should try stand up." And I waited a year and a half, and then I signed up for FunnyFest with Stu, or the FunnyFest workshop. That's it. And I knew I needed to like learn some stuff about it before I just get on stage, because I knew my career that would be it. I would just crumble on stage. And doing that workshop was amazing. Like those 2 days was like, so I learned so much how to write properly. And then it just kind of took off from there. And Joe was there for my first show, and that was amazing. You guys just kind of took me in and put me on stage, which was really cool.
Nice.
yeah, I remember I remember talking to Stu during that workshop, and yeah, we saw the talent right away. Like we saw it right away. Yeah, that was that's fantastic. And late, so you've just been pursuing it, playing where you can.
Yes. Sorry. How did you mention? How long have you been doing it? When did you real? When did you real? When did you first do your first like? When did you do Funny Fest workshop? I guess.
Your first live show.
It'd be 3 years ago in like September.
Roger. And then you
Yeah.
did, and then you had that sort of experience where you did a performance at like during the fest. Does he still do that?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
some people.
Like with some of the top folks of the shop. Kind of
obviously not with everybody,
Right.
but I'm pretty sure you performed in the actual Funny Fest festival,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
So
sure
I did
you have.
like the workshop, and then you do the graduation, and then
Right.
Stu and Joe asked me to open for them for a Halloween show, and then a couple more after that. And that's how that I was just doing bigger shows like almost immediately, which was wild. And then so I haven't done a lot of open mics to be honest. So I'm trying to do that more now just to get more stuff, because it was just hard at first. It was just like big show, and I was like, okay, this is what you do, but I don't think that's what you do really when you start.
And the open mics are important because they're a workout, right? And like just
Yeah.
like any pro athlete has to work out.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with comedy. You know, you do need to use it to iron out those kinks or to try new stuff. You know, so it definitely is a good idea to go out to those.
Two questions. How long is your sort of main set? Like how much do you like? How much time do you actually have?
I think a confident main set is 15 minutes.
Very good. And what about? Oh shoot, I lost it. Yeah. How often do you like perform? Like how often do you get up and do 7 or 10 or 15?
Right now, like average is just once a week, especially just being in Red Deer, the way my schedule works. But if there's like shows I'm committed to, obviously it's a bit more, but once a week every Monday night for sure.
Gotcha. And what do you do? What do you do when you're not doing this?
I waitress, so I work at a bar. So I'm around people all the time. It's where a lot of my jokes come from. Actually, it's just material. It's just there's a lot of material working in the service industry.
Being one in the service industry, you are not wrong.
But
yeah,
actually, my favorite bit of yours that you do about that industry is the salt and pepper wings. I think that's just perfect, and I've kind of adopted that into my life and thought about it before. I've literally sat in a restaurant and thought, should I just get plain wings and make them myself? You know? For those unfamiliar, if you want to just quickly tell the audience what I'm talking about.
So I hate like people word things so stupid at work. So like, do you have salt and pepper chicken wings? I was like, did you know you could create that flavor yourself at the table with the salt and pepper shaker? Like, Yeah. Do you have bathrooms? Like, yes, we have bathrooms.
Right.
Yes, like,
Anytime, it's like, anytime, it's not where are the washrooms, but do you know where the washrooms are? And I work behind the
Yeah.
bar. I'm like, no, I have no idea.
Yeah.
You do 9 times out of 10. First thing is like, no,
so
don't.
pick a corner and piss in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, couple more real questions, and we're gonna get into the bizarre questions. But what does your family think about you doing comedy? Are their thoughts on the whole thing?
I'm not gonna lie. When I started, I didn't tell them. I wanted to go and do that workshop, see how it went, because I didn't want any negativity coming, because I think they would be worried that I was putting myself in like a really vulnerable position, which I do, but now I'm just used to it. So they're like super supportive, all of them. Like dad calls me before every show. He comes to a lot of my shows. He's my biggest fan, and I just love it. He loves it. So it's been fun doing that.
Did you come down to Calgary from Red Deer to do the workshop? Like
Yeah.
commute?
Yeah, I stayed with a friend in Cochrane when I was in that workshop, but usually, yeah, I just go back and forth.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Committed?
you just like turn on an audiobook and the drive is nothing, and people always think it's so far. I'm like, wow,
It really
it's not
isn't.
that far.
No.
No.
I mean, if you lived in New York, that could just be a daily commute to the office, and
Yeah.
you'd
Yeah.
hardly even leave your borough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Nice. What was the other?
Have you been doing a lot in Edmonton lately? Do you go
Not
north of Red
not
Deer often?
no, not really. I need to get more that way. It's mostly Calgary and Red Deer right now.
Because Edmonton does have a great comedy scene, and
Yeah.
they produce a lot of great comics. I have a lot of love for the Edmonton scene.
Yeah, their arts and sort of the theater and all that
Yeah,
kind of
in
stuff.
general.
They're very big up there for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a pond I haven't really dipped in yet, but I'd like to.
And what's the craziest thing that's happened to you in stand up so far? Have you had any mad hecklers or any bizarre situations?
I've only had one heckler, and it wasn't even like he was heckling, he was just repeating my jokes. I've been waiting for 3 years to have someone heckle me so I understand how to deal with it. But I find like when I go up there, everyone just listens. It's the weirdest thing. It's just like my whole life nobody was listening to me, and now like I have a microphone, everyone just listens. It's so bizarre to me. But I've only had one heckler, but he was just repeating my jokes, and I clapped back at him, and I won, and then big laugh, and that was it. And I was like, oh, it's only happened once. So I think the craziest thing is that nobody's really heckled me.
Yeah, like if he's just repeating your jokes, he's really just giving you affirmation more so than heckling. You know, it's the same way. I have buddies that'll do that. They'll watch TV, and they'll just repeat what just happened.
Yeah.
They're doing it because they like what they just saw. You know, so that's a pretty good position to be in.
It's not
Yeah.
the worst. I remember doing the Halloween show with you, Joe, and it was like my first big show. And you said like before I got on stage, you were like, "You can heckle me, but whatever you do, don't heckle this next one," because I was terrified because that guy was giving it to you, calling you you were like the fat version of Luke Skywalker. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't remember that, but that's awesome.
I remember that really well.
I tend to be, especially on a Halloween show, I'll tend to be pretty drunk, which I know is super professional.
When is your next gig?
I don't really have any planned right now. Maybe if Stu asks me to do something in FunnyFest, I'll do that. Just doing open mic every Monday, trying to get like a new set together is what I'm really focused on.
Have you been posting any comedy?
No,
Or do you plan to?
I plan to. It's just a step in the process. I'm still trying to learn and just get familiar with it. I don't post content. It's just not my thing. But I need to make it my thing. I know that. So it's been hard.
I hear that. I know that feeling. Weird ones?
Yeah, I think it's time for some weird ones.
Let's do it.
Which normally we do out of the blue to throw the guests, but we're letting you know. Now it's bizarre questions. So what on the Chinese calendar, what are you the year of?
Oh, I know it. The goat? Mm-mm.
Goats really.
What year were you born?
1991.
You know, realistically,
I think it's
goat. When you think about that, goat is one that would have sucked 10 years ago before the term goat became what it is
Right.
now. And now it's like I'm the goat, baby. You know, greatest of all time.
1891. Sheep
Sheep.
or ram.
Goat, sheep.
There we go.
I don't know what I am. I think it was pig,
I'm
which
dragon.
would fit. Dragon.
Pig is
See,
good.
What can you do?
why can't I get that?
Oh, well, you know, it's just luck of the dice.
You got a bizarre question?
Bizarre question. Have you ever been to China?
I have actually.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. Been to Beijing.
Fantastic.
Backstory, both my parents worked for Air Canada, so we used to travel cheaply based off their perks. And my parents used to go to China to the black market in Beijing and bring home like clothes and stuff and then sell it to other people like in our where we grew up and stuff. So people would come to our house and buy like off-brand like Dolce & Gabbana and jackets and spider jackets.
Like knockoffs.
Yeah, knockoffs. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So
That is awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Doing China right.
yeah. It was a culture shock when I was 14 when we went there and I was sick immediately. The pollution is crazy and the only thing I could eat was McDonald's because it was familiar to me. And I just
Gotcha. I did
Yeah.
I did some time in Seoul, so I'm the culture shock I understand.
yeah.
Nice.
I've been to Idaho.
Yeah, wow.
You want to talk about exotic places to go?
Mm,
Spent some time in Coeur d'Alene.
yeah. Potato heaven.
Went on to Spokane and over in Washington.
Mm.
Yeah, that's his
Coeur
word.
d'Alene.
And what? Okay, I'm curious. I've never asked you this in all the time I've known you. Who is your favorite comic? Like who are your influences? I know that's a real interview question, but I've never asked you that. I've never asked you who your favorites are, who you like watching.
My two favorites are Tig Notaro and
Okay.
Anthony Jeselnik.
Oh, good one.
They're
Those are two very
Yeah.
very
I
good.
both.
love Tig.
She's so smart, so funny,
Yes.
Yeah.
and quick, very quick. I really like her too. Anthony Jeselnik, surprisingly, I've never watched very much of. I can't recall having ever seen a set of his.
Oh, he's quite.
I
funny.
know he's super famous and everybody loves him.
He's quite dark. He's quite. He's a joke teller. And not really a storyteller per se. Definitely a sort of like setup in a very dark. And he's a good roaster.
Is he?
Yeah, he's done a couple roasts of the Jeff Ross roasts. And he kills. Like he's really really funny. And dark. Like he's very dark.
Maybe I'll have to check him out. I don't really watch much stand up.
Yeah, he's not everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, he's pretty good. I like him. And then I don't know what that meant.
Oh, that was because I was squeezing my can.
Oh, don't
Once
squeeze.
again, calling out the things we should edit out of the that I firmly believe we should lay in is because I was doing this, and our producer was just giving me a wave like, "What are you doing with your hand?"
Oh, didn't like that. Doesn't like that.
Now he's flipping us off.
Yes. Where were we?
We were talking about other comics
Other comments.
and doing weird questions. What you used to play women's hockey? How are you good at hockey? Is it something that you ever thought you'd like pursue at all, or was it just a kid playing hockey like everybody else?
It was definitely my dream to be on the Canada Olympic team.
Were you?
And I was good. I made it to the professional league, but I sat on the bench a lot, and I smoked a lot of pot and I drank a lot at the time when I was on that team. Everyone else was on like a different path than me. They were training and stuff, and I was just going home hanging out with my buddies. So I don't know, I didn't have the discipline when I had it, but I sometimes play drop in with my dad, and I still have it. I just left it at where it was. I broke my foot one year and kind of just
Oh wow.
yeah, just kind of gave it up. But it was kind of a blessing in disguise at the same time. I also got cut from that team too. The Olympic team basically joined our team, and I didn't have a shot making the regular roster. So
But you were still a step away from the Olympic team, really.
I would have been a few steps away compared to how some of the other girls were, but like the pro league now that's on, we had that same league. It just folded before, but I was in that league, and I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of where I played. Like played at State, and we won there, and it was fun. It's fun to win a championship.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where when it comes to your comedy, you've really only just traveled around Alberta?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did amateur in Yuck Yucks in Toronto when I was visiting my mom there, but I haven't really traveled for comedy.
Gotcha.
Well, we'll get you on a tour.
Yeah, I wanna be on the tour.
Hopefully the next one that I go on.
Yeah.
That I get off my ass and book a tour.
I think it's time for Are We Smarter Than
Yeah, we're
Children?
coming up to the game portion of the show, folks. What we're gonna do, Bianca, to explain this to you and the studio audience at home. Basically, we are about to take a grade 5 or 6 school exam, and we're going to see how many questions we can get. This turns out to be surprisingly difficult, and I think, is it biology that we're doing this time?
Yes, biology.
Yes. So
First question will be.
Okay, wait, hey.
wait.
Let's just everyone be clear on the rules. So basically, we're gonna have Corey ask us the question, and then between the three of us, Bianca, Joe, and I, we will beep beep to answer question appropriately. Just so everyone knows.
You sure you don't want me to ask directly the question to an individual?
We could try.
Let's do that.
Good.
Let's do that.
Okay, question 1. Joe, what part of the plant carries water from the roots to the leaves?
The stem.
Can you be more specific?
No.
You want the answer?
Yeah, it's probably something within the stem.
Yeah, it's called the xylem. It's inside the stem, so you're partly correct.
I never would have got that.
Like the vein in the stem.
No, I understand what it is,
Yeah.
but I've never heard the term xylem before.
Well, here's
Outside of an
a
episode of Star
biology
Trek.
question for Paul.
Okay.
And I bet he can get this right, but you never know. Which organ in the human body is responsible for pumping blood?
The heart.
He got one.
Yeah, that's just like
That was
silent.
an easy one.
Yeah.
All right. He probably
Okay,
looked up.
Bianca,
He probably looked up
Bianca, I
college.
got a good one
for
for you
mine.
here. It's general science. What are the 3 states of matter?
Oh. Gas, solids, and liquids.
Perfect.
Wow, I never would have got.
Right on.
I never would have got that. Honestly, I never would. It makes perfect sense when I heard it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, but honestly, if you would ask me that question,
Okay, Joe, here's a
No
question for you. General science. Why do we see lightning before we hear thunder?
well, it's electromagnetically charged ions, but I don't think that answers the question as to why. Because all I can say is because thunder only happens when it's raining, and
Okay.
players only love you when they're playing.
Can I steal that?
You can steal that question.
All right. Because light travels faster than sound.
Correct.
Yes, that makes
Correct.
perfect sense, actually.
Okay, Bianca, I'm gonna skip Paul. He jumped in.
I stole.
No, good
Good
call.
deal,
That
good steal,
makes perfect sense.
What is the main
That's a
source
better
of
answer than
energy
Fleetwood
for
Mac.
life on Earth?
I know this one.
Vitamin D, light, sunlight,
Yes.
Yes,
water,
the sun.
sun. Yeah, okay, sun. That was right first time.
Correct. Okay, well, this one's not. I'll give this to Paul. If you earn $10 per hour and work for 5 hours, how much money will you make? Maybe that's for Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, tell us the answer to that
Is
one.
that net or gross? And before or after taxes?
Yeah, do I have to work out tax and
What about my CPP?
deductions? I mean, okay, this is how I'll answer. You would make $50 before deductions.
Correct.
I don't remember learning this in biology.
No, I think we're doing random subjects here.
Okay, now we're on to Paul. What is the name of the coins in Canada that are worth 1 cent, 5 cents, and 25 cents?
1 cent is a penny. 5 cents is a nickel. 25 is a quarter.
Trick question.
Correct.
No, trick question.
There's no
There are
penny.
no pennies in Canada
Anymore.
anymore.
True. I still got pennies.
Mind you, though, people still
I
have
still have pennies. They
people
still
still
exist.
have pennies,
They
and they are
exist.
still worth a penny.
They may not be valid currency. Well, I guess they would be valid currency.
Yeah, I think stores have to take them.
They have to take them, but yeah, they're not.
Banks have to take them. I know that.
Okay, Bianca. Name one province that borders the Pacific Ocean.
BC.
Correct. Joe, what is the capital of Canada?
Ottawa.
Oh, that's easy. Okay, Paul. Which of the Great Lakes is located entirely within the borders of the United States?
Erie. Bianca's trying to steal.
Okay,
Okay,
Bianca.
Bianca for the steal.
Oh wait, I think I might be wrong now.
It's not Superior and it's not Erie.
It's Lake USA.
Oh, stop it. Nonsense.
Please?
Oh, he's just.
I said it's Lake USA. Trump renamed it
Which one?
Lake Michigan.
Oh,
Michigan. Yeah.
Michigan is totally in. Oh yeah, okay.
Because the Erie, we still got Windsor and everything on
Oh,
Lake
that's on
Erie.
that. Okay.
And Superior.
I just know that
is
like
around Toronto, I think.
All right, because I know
And the
that.
last question, Bianca. What's the greatest podcast you've been on?
That you've been on. just to reaffirm.
Stumpin', it's this one here, podcaster comedy.
All right. Thank you for that.
One and only.
Cheaply
Jeff.
retrieved prop there.
Just polish it a little bit. Eh?
We couldn't have been any slyer about that one.
No.
Because if you had been on any other podcast, I'm quite sure they would have won.
Well, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah, that was. We actually got some answers on this one. The last time we did it, we didn't get any of the answers.
Yeah, we did. I think Corey may have like put in grade 2 rather than 6. But...
Well, that was probably grade 5 level, fifth grade level.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad I'm smart as.
I figured grade 6 you guys would fail, so I lowered
You
it.
probably figured right. Although when I was in grade 6, I did extremely well.
Good story. That's a good story.
But a lot of pot's gone through this brain since then, and a lot of things have been forgotten. And we're kind of hoping that this podcast is one of them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we had a great time. Did you have a great time, Bianca? Did you have fun?
I did. It's my first podcast. It was great. Thanks for having me.
And make you want to do more?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
We'll bring you back for sure.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back another day.
Explore more of the Bianca.
For sure. There's a lot more we can do. We'll be even more organized. And
I'll learn how to set up my microphone.
that'll help, and we'll learn too. No, thank you for joining us today. We had a great time. So if people want to check you out, where's this Monday show that you do?
The 50th Pub North Eatery in Red Deer, Alberta. It's me and some other comics, usually just doing new material. It's quite fun, super supportive. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Bianca the Stand Up if you want to check out my page.
Bianca the Stand Up on Instagram.
Yeah.
There you go. Make sure you check that out, everybody, and follow Bianca there. Once again, thanks for joining us today, Bianca.
Absolutely.
And we'll be in touch. And to all of you out there, once again, we ask you this every time, but please make sure you like the video. If you like the video, hit the like sign. If you didn't like it, keep your mouth shut, but hit the like sign anyway. It really helps us out a lot. Please subscribe to the channel so we can let you know every time a new video drops.
And hit that ding ding.
There you go. Hit that notification bell. It'll let you know. And yeah.
Share. Tell the world. Spread the word.
And subscribe.
Yeah.
Again, subscribe.
Yeah. And subscribe. See you next time.
Don't forget to comment in the comments below.
Toodles.
Bye. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. And please share the video. Don't be afraid to share this commercial with your friends too.